Don't share your struggles with everyone. It's tempting to pour out your heart to others when you feel weighed down by life's troubles. But here's a truth that stings. 80% of people don't care, and the other 20% are just happy you have them. You'll find that people's genuine concern isn't as abundant as you might hope. Instead of looking for goodness in others, focus on finding those who truly embody goodness. Surround yourself with those whose actions and character inspire you. Prioritize your own well-being. At the end of the day, the decisions you make need to align with what's best for you. No one else is walking in your shoes. Only you understand the weight of your experiences and the direction you need to take. Trust that you're the one who knows what's best, regardless of external pressure. Gratitude transforms your reality. The more you practice gratitude, the more you'll notice things to be thankful for. This simple shift in perspective attracts positivity into your life. When you focus on what you already have, you open yourself up to more blessings. Gratitude turns even the smallest moments into something meaningful. Bad days don't define your life. Just because you have a bad day doesn't mean you have a bad life. Life is full of highs and lows, and sometimes one tough moment can cloud your vision of the whole picture. Keep in mind that every day is a new opportunity to reset and recalibrate. Don't let a momentary setback make you believe your entire journey is off course. Stop comparing your journey to others. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparing your life to someone else's. But remember, every minute you spend doing that is a minute you've wasted. Everyone is on their own path, and their story is not yours. Focus on writing your own narrative instead of looking at someone else's chapters. People will always find fault. You could give everything to others, offering yourself as a stepping stone for them to walk over. And yet, they'll still complain that you're not flat enough. It's a harsh truth, but an important one. People's dissatisfaction often has nothing to do with your efforts. It's about their expectations, not your shortcomings. Leave guilt and anxiety behind. When you reflect on life, remember this: guilt can't rewrite the past, and anxiety can't shape the future. What's done is done, and worrying about what's to come only robs you of the present. Focus instead on taking each moment as it comes and making the most of it. There's power in letting go of unnecessary emotions. Everyone in your life teaches you something. Whether it's a lesson in love, patience, or setting boundaries, each person who crosses your path teaches you something valuable. Some people come into your life to lift you up, while others serve as reminders of what you should avoid. Embrace both types of lessons. They all contribute to your growth. True colors show when you're no longer useful. It's often in moments when you can't offer someone anything that you see their true colors. When you're no longer an asset in their life, you'll see who truly values you. Those who love you for what you bring to the table may not stick around when you no longer serve their needs. This reality can hurt, but it's a necessary part of learning who deserves your time and energy. Don't rush into marriage. Marriage isn't something you're obligated to do. It's a decision that should come from the heart. Too many people rush into relationships because they feel pressured by society's expectations. Remember, you don't have endless time. If you truly love someone, tell them often. Let your actions speak louder than any fleeting commitment. Taking risks is essential for growth. If you've never doubted your choices, chances are you haven't taken enough risks. The greatest growth often comes from those decisions that stretch you beyond your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to make bold moves. Your future self will thank you for it. Actions speak louder than words. Words are easy, but actions reveal the truth. Don't let someone's promises or flattering words deceive you. Instead, pay close attention to what they do. Their actions are the real indicators of their intentions. Love can't be forced. You can't love someone enough to make them love you back. It's a painful realization, but an essential one. True love isn't about force or manipulation. It's about mutual respect and understanding. If it's not there, it's not something you can create on your own. Be mindful of your words. Once spoken, words can never truly be taken back. They can be forgiven, but they leave an impression that often lasts far longer than intended. Always think before you speak, because your words can carry weight long after the conversation ends. Know your worth. If someone treated you poorly, it doesn't mean you're worthless. Their inability to value you says more about them than it does about you. Never let someone's mistreatment define your value. You are worthy of respect and love, regardless of how others treat you. Delayed gratification leads to fulfillment. When you sacrifice what you want most for what you want right now, your future will always be filled with regret. Instant gratification may seem appealing, but it's often fleeting. True satisfaction comes from making choices that align with your long-term goals, not short-term desires. Being single isn't a curse. Sometimes, being single with peace of mind is far better than being in a relationship that drains your energy. It's important to learn how to be content with yourself before seeking happiness from someone else. Don't settle for a relationship that adds stress instead of joy. Say no without guilt. Saying no is sometimes the hardest thing to do, especially when you know it will cause disappointment. But remember, your peace of mind is more important than anyone else's expectations. Don't let guilt dictate your decisions. The right choices often come with difficult consequences. The hardest things are often the right things. What's right isn't always easy, and what's easy isn't always right. Life's greatest lessons often come from facing the toughest decisions. If you're willing to confront them head-on, you'll find that they lead you to personal growth and fulfillment. Repetition in life teaches us. Life often feels like a cycle, and sometimes situations will keep repeating themselves until you learn the lesson they offer. Pay attention to the patterns in your life. Each one is an opportunity for growth and understanding. Anger only hurts. Anger doesn't change the situation. It only punishes you. It's a poison that can cloud your judgment and hurt your peace of mind. Learning to let go of anger and move forward with calmness is one of the most freeing things you can do for yourself. People will shape your life. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your life. They influence your choices, your mindset, and your path. Be mindful of who you let into your inner circle, as they play a key role in shaping your future, making decisions and making them right. Sometimes, there's no clear right decision. In these moments, take action and trust yourself to make the best of whatever path you choose. Life is about adapting, learning, and making the best out of the choices you make. The fear of making mistakes is the greatest mistake. Fear of failure often holds us back from living fully. The greatest mistake is letting the fear of making a mistake stop you from taking risks. Learn to embrace failure as part of the journey, because it's often through our mistakes that we learn the most valuable lessons. Learn to be content alone. You can't rely on others for your happiness. If you depend on someone else to fill your emotional needs, you risk becoming weak and vulnerable. Learn to find contentment in yourself first, because it's only when you're whole on your own that you can fully share yourself with others. You can start over any time. There's no expiration date on reinvention. You can change, grow, and start over whenever you decide it's time. Don't wait for the perfect moment or a specific event to begin your transformation. The time is always now. Recognize who truly supports you. The people who demand the most from you are often the ones who contribute the least to your well-being. Be cautious of those who take more than they give. Don't sacrifice your heart, dignity, or family for anyone who isn't equally invested in your happiness. Look forward, not back. Sometimes, the greatest challenge is moving on from the past. But remember, you can't drive forward while looking in the rearview mirror. Focus on the future and where you're headed, not on where you've been. Show respect, regardless of what you receive. Respect isn't just a reflection of the person it's given to. It speaks volumes about you as well. When you show respect to others, even those who may not deserve it, you're not condoning their actions. Instead, you're setting the standard for your own integrity. You'll find that offering respect elevates your own character and often invites respect in return, regardless of the recipient's behavior. When problems aren't problems, but lessons. There will be moments when a problem seems unsolvable. It's tempting to push for answers, to try to fix everything. But sometimes no solution is needed. It's not about solving a problem, but about accepting a truth. Life's challenges often stay with us until we've learned the lesson they bring. And once the lesson is learned, the problem often dissolves. Emotions shouldn't drive major decisions. We all face moments of emotional turbulence. It's in those times that the most crucial decisions are often made. However, making permanent choices while riding the wave of temporary emotions can lead to regret. When in doubt, take a step back. Give yourself time to cool down and think clearly before taking any significant action. The importance of cutting ties. There are times when the best thing for your well-being is to sever ties with certain people. Though it may feel difficult, some relationships are too toxic or draining to be worth your time and energy. Not every person is worth understanding or keeping in your life, and sometimes walking away is the most self-respecting thing you can do. Character is revealed through reactions. When you want to understand someone, don't just focus on their actions. Look closely at their reactions, especially when things aren't going their way. Reactions reveal the true essence of a person. While actions can be planned or manipulated, reactions often expose what's really inside. The reflection of others' behavior. How people treat you is less about you and more about them. Their actions, their words, they reflect their own character. When someone treats you poorly, it's not an indictment of who you are, it's a testament to who they are. Don't internalize mistreatment, as it's a reflection of their own shortcomings. Mistakes are proof of effort. Mistakes are often viewed negatively, but they're actually proof that you're actively trying. If you never made a mistake, it would mean you're playing it too safe, avoiding risks and not pushing yourself. Mistakes show that you're learning, growing, and stepping out of your comfort zone. Love is not the sole foundation of happiness. While love is vital to a relationship, it's not enough to sustain it in the long term. Happiness in a relationship is built on much more than love alone. Open communication, trust, and vulnerability are essential components. Even when the conversation is tough, being willing to talk openly will strengthen the bond. Every life experience holds a lesson. No experience is ever wasted. Whether it's joyous or painful, every moment in life teaches us something. The key is to be open to these lessons, to see every experience as a stepping stone to growth. If we close ourselves off to learning, we miss out on the wisdom life has to offer. True strength is revealed in adversity. The true measure of a person isn't seen in times of prosperity, but in how they handle misfortune. Adversity shows the depths of our character, the strength to rise after falling, to continue after being knocked down. This is where true growth happens. A person who endures hardship with grace and resilience becomes all the more admirable. Don't put people on pedestals. It's natural to admire others, but when you elevate someone to an unrealistic height, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. People will always have flaws, and if you place them on a pedestal, you're bound to feel disillusioned when they inevitably fall short of your expectations. Keep your admiration grounded in reality. Growth comes from pain and betrayal. Life isn't always easy, but each hardship adds a layer to your strength. Every betrayal, every disappointment, every painful moment teaches you something. You become more skilled, more intelligent, and wiser as you navigate life's challenges. It's these experiences that shape you into who you're meant to be. Marriage intensifies all aspects of life. When you enter into marriage, it's not just the love and joy that will intensify, it's everything. Both the strengths and the weaknesses in your relationship will become more prominent. Marriage magnifies every emotion, every interaction. The good will be more profound, but so will the challenges. It's up to you to navigate these dynamics and strengthen the bond over time. Teach others how to treat you. How others treat you is often a reflection of how you allow them to treat you. You set the standard for your own treatment by what you tolerate. If you don't establish boundaries or communicate your needs, others may not respect them. Take responsibility for teaching others how to respect and value you. The power of hard conversations. Difficult conversations are often the most important ones. They can feel uncomfortable, even frightening, but they are blessings in disguise. Avoiding these discussions only prolongs discomfort and miscommunication. Embrace the challenge of tough talks. They may bring clarity and bring your relationships to a deeper level of understanding. Let life strengthen you. There will be times when life's challenges feel unbearable, but these moments are often opportunities in disguise. By letting go and allowing life to shape you, you'll find yourself becoming stronger and more resilient. Painful experiences can provide the strength and wisdom you need to move forward. Not getting what you want can be a blessing. Rejection, or not getting what you desire, might initially feel like a setback, but sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. It redirects you to better opportunities, better relationships, and better outcomes. Life has a way of guiding you to where you need to be, even when it doesn't seem clear at first. Love yourself first. When you learn to like and appreciate yourself, you'll find that you need others less. Self-love is the foundation of all other relationships. The more you validate yourself, the less you rely on others for validation. This internal strength gives you the power to create healthy, balanced relationships. Keep some secrets to yourself. Just because you're good at keeping others' secrets doesn't mean they'll do the same for you. Trust is precious, and not everyone who asks for it will reciprocate. Be careful with whom you share your deepest thoughts, because not all secrets are meant to be shared. Change starts within. Often, it's not the external environment that needs changing. It's your mindset, your attitude, and your own behavior. Changing your internal world can bring about a profound shift in your life. You don't need to change your surroundings to be happy. Sometimes, all it takes is a change in perspective. Mistakes are part of life. Life doesn't always go according to plan. You can make all the right moves and still face defeat. This is not a sign of weakness. It's just part of the human experience. Sometimes, even when you do everything right, you still lose. The key is to rise from those losses, learn, and continue on your journey. Mastering inner peace. Inner peace begins the moment you decide not to let outside events control your emotions. When you allow others to anger you, you give them power over your peace. Take charge of your emotions, and you'll find that life becomes much easier to navigate. Only you have the power to govern your inner world. Sacrifice is necessary for success. No great achievement comes without sacrifice. Success requires dedication, hard work, and often giving up something in exchange for something greater. If you want something, you need to be willing to give up something in return. Sacrifice is the currency of progress. Fear is the real barrier. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. But once you push past that fear, you'll realize that the path to success is filled with possibilities. Let go of fear, and you'll see the opportunities waiting for you. There will be haters, and that's okay. No matter how hard you try, there will always be people who don't like you. You can't win everyone over, and that's perfectly fine. Focus on the people who support you, and don't waste energy trying to please those who are determined not to like you. Take calculated risks. Sometimes you have to take a leap of faith. It can be scary, but stepping outside your comfort zone is the only way to discover what could have been. Don't let fear of failure hold you back. Take chances, and you'll never regret having tried. Aim high. Aim fearlessly. The greatest risk isn't setting your aim too high and missing. It's setting your aim too low and achieving it. Don't sell yourself short. Aim for greatness, and even if you fall short, you'll still accomplish far more than if you settled for mediocrity. Be the change you want to see. If you want more love, give love. If you seek truth, be truthful. If respect is what you desire, show respect. The energy you put out into the world will come back to you. Be the reflection of the qualities you want to attract, and they will find their way to you. Think before you speak. Words hold immense power. Once spoken, they cannot be taken back. Speak from a place of love, understanding, and clarity. Avoid speaking from a place of anger or insecurity, and always evaluate the impact of your words before letting them leave your lips. Take care of your body. Your body is your lifelong companion. It carries you through life, and if you don't take care of it, it won't serve you well. Nourish it, protect it, and respect it. It's the only one you have, and it's worth investing in. Trust is earned, not declared. When someone insists they're telling the truth, it's often a sign that they're not. Truth stands firm on its own. It doesn't need to be loudly proclaimed. Be cautious of people who demand trust without proving themselves trustworthy first. Change your life by changing yourself. If you're unhappy with your life, it's up to you to make the change. Life doesn't change on its own. It's not going to transform just because you wish for it. You have to take action, and the first step is changing the way you approach your own life. Your life story is yours to write. Don't let anyone else control your narrative. You are the author of your life story. Write it with intention, take risks, and live boldly. Others may try to influence the direction you take, but ultimately, the pen is in your hands. Live authentically. Avoid lies. Never do anything that forces you into dishonesty. The truth will always surface, and when you're caught in a lie, it's not just the lie that hurts, but the loss of trust and integrity that follows. It's always better to face the truth, no matter how uncomfortable, than to let yourself get tangled in a web of deceit. Your actions should reflect the truth of who you are. Putting others down won't lift you up. Trying to make others look bad does nothing to improve your own standing. It only exposes your own insecurities. True strength comes from building others up, not tearing them down. Focus on being your best self instead of attempting to diminish others in order to feel better about your own shortcomings. Prioritize yourself. It's not selfish. Taking care of your own well-being is not an act of selfishness. In fact, it's essential. You are the only person who's with you all the time. So learning to accept and love yourself is the foundation of a happy life. Without self-care and self-respect, it becomes impossible to show up authentically for others. The speed of light and sound. Light travels faster than sound, which is why some people seem impressive at first, until you hear them speak. It's easy to be drawn in by flashy appearances, but true substance is revealed through actions, integrity, and the way people express themselves. The depth of a person is never fully known until they've shown you who they really are. Let go and trust the process. Sometimes, the best thing you can do is to step back and trust that things will work out. Life has a way of sorting itself out, even when it feels chaotic. Letting go of control and allowing life to unfold naturally can bring peace and clarity. You don't always have to be in charge of every outcome. Risking nothing means risking everything. Life is full of risks, and while it may feel safer to avoid them, the greatest risk you can take is doing nothing. Staying stagnant in fear or uncertainty often leads to missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. If you're not risking anything, you're risking the chance of a life full of regret. Embrace yourself fully. You're the only person you'll be with all the time, so it's crucial to learn to be comfortable with who you are. Don't wait for others to validate your worth. Start by doing it for yourself. The relationship you have with yourself is the most important one. Don't compromise it for anyone or anything. Overthinking, a thief of peace. Overthinking is a destructive habit. It magnifies every small worry into an insurmountable problem and turns ordinary situations into overwhelming ones. When you start overanalyzing, remind yourself to pause, breathe, and let things unfold naturally. Most of what you worry about never actually happens. The silent critics behind your back. People will always talk, and some may even speak ill of you behind your back. But don't let their words affect you. Focus on your own life and progress. Those who waste time pointing fingers at others are only distracting themselves from their own flaws. Keep your head high and keep moving forward. Pain brings unlikely lessons. Painful experiences have a way of teaching us the lessons we never knew we needed. In the midst of struggle, it can be hard to see the value in what you're going through. But those moments are often the ones that bring the most growth. The hurt can shape your resilience and wisdom in ways comfort never could. Find contentment within yourself. Don't rely on others to define your happiness. You are the source of your own joy. Seeking someone else to validate your existence will only leave you feeling empty. Learn to be happy alone, and you'll discover that relationships can become a beautiful addition to, rather than the foundation of, your happiness. Adapt with grace, not fear. Change is inevitable, but how you approach it is what matters most. Welcome change, but don't let it control you. You have the power to decide how you respond to life's curveballs. Embrace transformation as a part of life, but don't let it be your master. You are in charge of your journey, even when the road shifts. Mistakes shape, but don't define you. Life isn't about avoiding mistakes, it's about how you handle them. The key to growth lies in your response to failure, not the failure itself. Everyone stumbles. What matters is your resilience and the lessons you draw from the experience. Mistakes are a natural part of progress, not a sentence of defeat. Trust carefully, but don't expect perfection. People will disappoint you, and that's simply a fact of life. Never place all your trust in one person, and always keep your boundaries intact. Trust is earned, not given freely. People are fallible, but learning how to navigate relationships with this understanding will protect you from unnecessary hurt. Hard work and dedication matter more than luck. Hard work doesn't always guarantee success, but avoiding effort almost certainly guarantees failure. The most successful people aren't necessarily the ones with the best luck. They're the ones who keep pushing, even when the going gets tough. Success comes from resilience, not chance. Seeking external validation will never bring fulfillment. Chasing approval from others will never lead to happiness. You'll never be satisfied if your worth depends on the opinions of those around you. True contentment comes from within, from knowing your own value and living in alignment with your personal beliefs and goals. Perfection is impossible. Aim for progress. The pursuit of perfection is a futile one. No one can achieve it because perfection is an illusion. Instead, focus on progress. Celebrate the small wins and learn from the setbacks. Progress is what leads to growth, and that's all that matters in the end. Guard your self-worth. Your self-worth is non-negotiable. Never accept anything or anyone that diminishes it. If someone or something makes you feel less than what you are, it's time to reassess and make a change. Your worth should never be up for debate or compromise. Teach people how to treat you. What you tolerate teaches others how to treat you. If you allow disrespect or poor treatment, that's the message you're sending. Set your boundaries firmly, and people will follow your example. If you don't make your values clear, others will treat you according to their standards, not yours. Make decisions and move forward. Indecision is paralyzing. You won't always have all the answers, but making a decision is always better than doing nothing. If a choice turns out to be wrong, you can always correct it, but the time spent in limbo can waste precious opportunities. Make a decision, move forward, and trust yourself to handle whatever comes next. The power of saying no. Learn the power of saying no. It's a simple yet incredibly important tool for protecting your time, energy, and priorities. Saying no doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you someone who values their own needs and knows how to set boundaries. Don't feel guilty for taking care of yourself. Happiness is a journey, not a destination. Chasing happiness as if it's a destination will only lead to frustration. The key is realizing that happiness isn't something you can achieve, it's something you embody. Happiness is the way you choose to live, not a place you reach. When you focus on the journey, happiness follows naturally. Healing requires letting go of the past. Sometimes, the reason we struggle to heal is because we're trying to return to who we were before the pain. But that version of you no longer exists. There's a new you emerging, stronger and wiser. Embrace this new self and let go of the old wounds. Healing happens when you allow space for growth and transformation. Consistency and discipline are key. What you want in life requires consistency and discipline. Without these two elements, dreams remain just that, dreams. Success isn't about sporadic bursts of effort. It's about showing up every day, doing the work, and staying committed to your goals. Life can change in an instant. You never know when everything could shift. Life is unpredictable, and moments of change can happen in an instant. Instead of taking everything for granted, be grateful for what you have now. Use your time wisely and do what good you can while you have the chance. Every moment counts. Avoid false friends. The worst kind of enemies are those who pretend to be your friends. They'll smile in your face, but undermine you behind your back. Recognizing these people early and distancing yourself can save you from unnecessary heartache. Trust actions, not words. Action over excuses. Excuses won't solve your problems. They only hold you back. If you want change in your life, you need to take responsibility for your actions. Stop waiting for the perfect moment or the right conditions. Make things happen, even if it's messy. The most important step is always the first one. Mistakes are lessons, not setbacks. Mistakes are an inevitable part of life, but they are not something to dwell on. Each mistake is an opportunity to learn and grow, so instead of letting them weigh you down, embrace them as stepping stones to a better version of yourself. Don't let the fear of making mistakes paralyze you. After all, you're only human, and growth comes through trial and error. Surround yourself with mind, expanding people. Your circle of friends plays a significant role in shaping your thoughts and perspectives. Befriend people who challenge your way of thinking, not just those who reinforce your existing beliefs. The right company can expand your mind and elevate your life, while the wrong one may limit your potential. Choose wisely, because who you surround yourself with determines where you go. Think before you act. Decisions made in the heat of anger or the thrill of happiness are rarely wise. Emotions can cloud your judgment and lead to choices you'll regret later. When you're in the midst of a strong emotional reaction, take a step back. Let your mind cool down, and then make decisions from a place of clarity and reason, understanding the damage you cause. Often, you don't realize the damage you've caused to someone until it's done to you. The empathy that comes from experiencing hurt yourself is a powerful teacher. It helps you see the impact of your actions and motivates you to treat others with more kindness and understanding. Guard who you let into your life. Not everyone who comes into your life will be there for the right reasons. Some people will drain you, take your energy, and then leave you, pointing fingers at you for their own shortcomings. Be discerning about who you allow into your inner circle, because not everyone deserves a place in your life. Protect your energy and guard your peace. Maturity is in walking away. Maturity is not about getting even or seeking revenge. It's about recognizing that sometimes the best response is to do nothing at all. When someone wrongs you, you have the power to destroy them emotionally. But true strength lies in walking away, breathing, and letting life take care of the rest. Your peace is more important than holding on to resentment. You are the only one in control. The only person you have control over is yourself. Circumstances, other people, and events are beyond your control, but how you respond to them is up to you. Focus on mastering your mind, because once you take control of your own thoughts and reactions, you unlock the power to shape your reality. Embrace progress, not perfection. The road to success is paved with consistent small steps forward. The key to success isn't perfection, but progress. You'll never get everything right, but the important thing is that you're always moving in the right direction. Focus on improvement, not perfection, and the results will follow. Excuses are easy. Action is harder. Excuses are plentiful and easily made, but they do nothing to solve your problems. Finding a way to make things happen, even when the odds are against you, takes courage and determination. Excuses will only hold you back, while taking responsibility for your circumstances gives you the power to change them. Life doesn't wait for you to be okay. You don't have the luxury of waiting for everything to be perfect before moving forward. Life doesn't pause for you to feel ready or to heal from past wounds. Don't let yourself be paralyzed by the need for everything to be ideal. Start where you are and trust that things will fall into place as you continue to move forward. Set healthy boundaries. Love doesn't mean tolerating disrespect. Just because you care about someone doesn't mean you should allow them to treat you poorly. Setting boundaries is essential for maintaining your emotional well-being. If someone walks away because of those boundaries, it's a sign that you're better off without them. Protect your heart by knowing when to say no. Learn to let go of unspoken apologies. One of the hardest things in life is accepting apologies you'll never receive. People will wrong you, and not all of them will own up to it. Maturity comes when you learn to let go of the need for an apology and heal on your own terms. Life becomes easier when you stop holding on to what was never given to you. Decide not to stay stagnant. If you're not where you want to be in life, the first step is to decide you're not going to stay stuck. Progress doesn't happen by accident, it's a choice. Make the conscious decision to move forward and take the necessary steps to create the life you want. The only way to reach your destination is to begin the journey. Slow growth builds character. The fastest way to success is not always the best. Quick results often lead to ego and arrogance, while slow progress builds character, resilience, and wisdom. Don't rush the process. Embrace the lessons that come with each step, and remember that true growth happens over time. Distractions will steal your dreams. If you don't separate yourself from distractions, they will separate you from your dreams. It's easy to get caught up in the noise and chaos of life, but those distractions can pull you away from your goals and derail your ambitions. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and don't let life's little diversions take you off course. Tolerate less, create more. Don't lose yourself by tolerating too much from the people you want to keep in your life. By allowing others to cross your boundaries or treat you poorly, you're sacrificing your own peace. Instead of letting life's challenges distract you, focus your attention on building the life you want. Your energy is best spent on creating your future, not on trying to fix things that are beyond your control. Know your worth and let go. When you truly know your worth, you stop fearing the things that aren't meant for you. Life becomes less about chasing after what you think you need, and more about being at peace with what is right for you. When you let go of the need for approval or validation, you open yourself up to the opportunities that truly align with your purpose. Keep your promises to yourself. The easiest way to destroy your self-confidence is to break the promises you make to yourself. When you fail to keep your own word, you chip away at your self-esteem. Stop cheating your future by holding on to past mistakes and learn to honor your commitments. Your future depends on the actions you take today. Embrace the truth about yourself. Personal growth happens when you're willing to face the truth about yourself, no matter how uncomfortable. The more honest you are with yourself, the more you will grow. Denying the truth only holds you back. Accept who you are, flaws and all, and use that self-awareness as the foundation for your growth. Failures are temporary. All failures are temporary if you keep trying. They are simply lessons in disguise, each one a stepping stone toward your success. When you fall, get back up. Persistence is the key to overcoming setbacks. As long as you keep moving forward, every failure becomes part of your journey, not your destination. Take responsibility for your happiness. When you blame others for your problems, you give them power over you. Your happiness is yours to control, and you cannot allow others to dictate it. Take responsibility for how you feel and where you're at in life. Don't give away your power by letting others control your emotions or define your future. Blind trust can lead to betrayal. Blind trust in others can lead to betrayal. Trust must be earned, not freely given. When you put too much faith in people who don't deserve it, you set yourself up for disappointment. The only person who truly understands you is you, and it's crucial to trust your instincts above all else. Life becomes much clearer once you stop assuming you have unlimited time to figure things out. The time to act is now. Strength in vulnerability. The greatest sin is to perceive yourself as weak. Strength doesn't come from always being perfect. It comes from embracing vulnerability, learning from mistakes, and having the courage to face life's challenges. Never allow anyone to treat you poorly just because you love them. Love should empower, not diminish your sense of self-worth. Mastering timing, knowing when to speak up. Learning when to speak up and when to mind your own business is a vital life skill. Be cautious about the relationships you invest in. And don't stick around with toxic friends just because of history. True friends are those who uplift you, not drain you. Your growth depends on the people you choose to surround yourself with. Embrace the hardships. Our wounds often lead us to the best and most beautiful parts of ourselves. Hardships can reveal strengths we didn't know we had, and challenges can build resilience. People who belittle you will eventually cause harm, whether emotionally, socially, or even physically. Removing them from your life isn't cruelty, it's self-preservation. Even a fulfilling life has moments of darkness. Happiness is only meaningful because sadness exists. Without hardship, joy would feel empty, and no relationship can fill a void that only self-acceptance can mend. If you aren't happy with yourself, no one else can change that for you. Fear and the power of perspective. Fear is the only thing that truly makes a dream unattainable. The moment you let it control you, you have already lost. More often than not, we don't realize the true value of a moment until it is past, becoming nothing more than a memory. Suffering begins to lose its grip the moment we see it clearly for what it is. When we stop viewing pain as something to avoid, and instead as something to understand, it transforms into a lesson rather than a burden. Actions reveal a person's truth far more than words ever will. Taking responsibility and embracing risks. Growth begins when you stop blaming others and start holding yourself accountable. The moment you take responsibility for your life, you reclaim your power. No one else is responsible for your choices, you are. When you can't understand someone's actions, look at the results they produce. Consequences reveal true intentions more clearly than words ever could. In a world that is constantly evolving, the greatest risk is refusing to take any. Playing it safe ensures stagnation. If you never step beyond your comfort zone, you'll never grow. Tomorrow is an illusion, it never truly arrives. The only time that matters is now. It's not always easy, but once you understand how to navigate these moments with wisdom, life flows more smoothly. Sometimes silence is the best response, while other times, speaking your truth is essential. Mastering this balance is key to building healthy relationships and maintaining your peace of mind. Taking chances. The fear of the unknown. Sometimes, you need to take a chance. While stepping out of your comfort zone is scary, it's necessary for growth. You'll never know what might have been unless you take that leap of faith. Don't let fear hold you back from pursuing your dreams and goals. The potential rewards are worth the risks. The truth about success. There's no grand secret to success, only hard work and dedication. Whether you're striving for a personal goal or professional achievement, consistency and effort will lead you where you want to go. Be willing to work, be patient, and never stop learning.